Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to the session on IIM Bangalore UG Aptitude Test application form filling. So I'm sure all of you are aware that the exam this year is happening in the month of November. Last year it happened in December, 13th of December. This time it is scheduled almost 28 days earlier. This time it is happening on 15th of November. I know it's going to be a difficult situation because the class 12th pressure is already on, but then you have to give this exam as well if you are looking forward to studying at India's best B school, which is IIM Bangalore. So, for those who may be unaware, and by chance you are here, if you're not aware that IIM Bangalore is now also available after class 12, let me remind you that since last year, in fact, the academic session started just now. Last year, IIM Bangalore introduced the undergraduate programs, the BSc in economics with minor in data science and business studies, and similarly BSc in data science, that would be a major with minor in economics along with business. So we are today going to talk about, or I am going to talk about how you should fill the application form. It has been released today, how you should fill the application form. So that is what I'm going to cover today. Okay. So, but before we start and understand what exactly needs to be done as far as the application process is concerned, here is an important reminder. Only those students who have studied mathematics in class 10th and those who are studying mathematics in class 11th as well as class 12th are eligible to apply for both these programs. So the essential requirement is having studied past mathematics in class 10th with minimum 60% in class 10th. There is no minimum criteria as far as class 12th is concerned or 11th is concerned, which means even if you get 55 as far as your mathematics paper is concerned in your class 12 board exam, that's okay. The minimum criteria, the minimum marks required in mathematics is applicable for class 10th. But it is important to understand maths is something which is important. Now, there is an option given this time. So what they have mentioned in the FAQ is that you can take mathematics papers separately from NIOS if you want to apply for this program or you want to be considered for this program. So that's a welcome step. Yeah, that's a welcome step. You can take your mathematics paper through NIOS because that's something which you are not taken as part of your board paper actually. But they are silent on class 11. So we'll have to check with the IIM Bangalore. What about class 11? Because during the application form, you have to also submit your mark sheet of class 11, where mathematics marks has also to be fetched separately. So ये question है जो IIM Bangalore से check करना है. We'll do that for you. You should also check with them if I'm not having mathematics in 11th and 12th, but I did pass mathematics in class 10. What about my class 11th math score? How do I get it? For 12th, you have permitted me through NIOS. So how do I get my class 11th? Mathematics here is not differentiated between core or your standard maths and applied maths. Your mathematics is mathematics here. It includes applied maths as well. Okay. So in these kind of exams, in fact, applied maths is really, really helpful because some of the questions you'll find they are very closely related to what you're studying in applied mathematics actually. So this is about who can apply. Before you start the application process, these are the documents or the copies required. You need your scanned copy of the photograph. They have recommended to use a scanner instead of using a mobile. The format applicable is JPG, PNG. Maximum size of the photograph scanned copy has to be 200 KB. Similarly, you need a scanned copy of your signature in JPG or PNG format. Maximum size allowed is 200 KB. You also need PDF copy of your class 10th mark sheet, maximum size being 2 MB. Similarly, class 11th mark sheet is required. Class 12th mark sheet applicable for those who have already passed class 12, but they are still within the age limit. The age limit to apply to this program for every category of student is 20 years as on 31st of August. And for those belonging to the categories, you also need to upload your caste certificate, including disability certificate in case of PWD candidates. Again, in the PDF format, size should be less than 2 MB. So these are the requirements before you start the application process. This must be stored in your computer, in your laptop before you start the application process. Mobile is definitely not the recommended device for the application process, and if you do so, you'll realize why I have mentioned so. So the recommended devices are desktop or a laptop. Okay. Now the first thing for any application form is to register for the same. So how do I register? So first and foremost, you'll go to the home page of IIM Bangalore, and this is not IIM Bangalore MBA page, because that's the old institution, that's the old campus as well. This is a new campus. There's a complete new website as well, ug.imb.ac.in. So this is from where the School of Multidisciplinary Studies run. In future, we'll have more programs as well. So ug.imb.ac.in. The moment you type this and open the page, this is how it will look like. All you have to do is on the right top corner, you will see UG Admissions 2027. This is where you will click. The moment you click, this is how the page will open up. And now you can see UG Admissions login, UG Admissions registration, UG Admission FAQs, and admission process. All the details are given over here. The application begins here. UG Admissions Test 2026 registration. Unfortunately, they have not changed this. So you should read that as 27. जिसने भी ये किया है वो change करना भूल गया. It should be 2027, but yes, or they might be referring to the exam year, nothing else, but the academic year is definitely 2027. So you'll click on this tab over here, UG Admissions Test 2026 registration. This is how the new window will open up. There will be a pop-up which advises you which web browser to use, which version of the web browser to use. Basically, it has to be the latest version of the web browser. That is what they are recommending. They are even recommending for the Android and the iOS, but my strict recommendation is not to use mobile actually. You'll find it very, very difficult over there, okay? Then another instructions comes up. The moment you close this pop-up, another instruction comes up which says that we will collect some data of yours, your name, your date of birth, your mobile number and email ID. And for that, they are asking you to give a consent. You don't have any other option, by the way. So you'll click on I agree, and the purpose is mentioned over here. That's not something we are getting into. The moment you click on I agree, you will be able to see some of the instructions over there. So some basic instructions are given out on the page, and below this, the registration process begins. So when you scroll down, the form will appear where you'll have to type your name, your first name. In case you have a middle name, you will type your middle name and your last name. But this has to follow your class 10 certificate, the name as it appears on your class 10th mark sheet, that is, or certificate. That is what you have to focus on. That is what you have to use over here. So name as it appears on your class 10 certificate, and you should also have a government ID government ID, photo ID, which you will be carrying to the examination center. So please understand that they will not allow any changes if you make any mistakes in the spelling. Registration, you have to be very, very particular. So first name, middle name, last name, first and last name. First name is mandatory. The other two are optional, but you have to follow the process here as it appears in your class 10. You will type your full name over here, full name inclusive of middle name and surname. So please follow the process. Then you have to input your date of birth. You will select the calendar, select the date of birth over here, input that. The age will be automatically calculated over here. So this is the age they'll mention over here. Age will be automatically calculated over here. From the drop down, you'll select your gender, male, female, and other. These are the three options available. You will be putting your gender, selecting your gender from the drop down. Next is email ID. So you will type your email ID. You will retype your email ID just to be assured that there is no mistake. PIN code, the country code by default will be appearing here, +91. You type your 10-digit mobile number. You retype your 10-digit mobile number here. WhatsApp number is optional. If that's different, that doesn't need to worry about. And you have to also give an emergency contact mobile number, which means give your mom or dad's or your guardian's mobile number if you're using your own mobile number for the registration process, or vice versa. Okay. Please remember that your mobile number and email ID should be active. because next set of communications, if any, will be happening through these channels only. Then they are asking you a question, how did you hear about this program? From drop down, you will have choices through friends, through newspaper, through IIM B website. Select whatever you want to, whatever is appropriate in your case, just select that from the drop down. Then comes below the declaration part, where you declare that to the best of my knowledge, whatever I have filled so far is correct. And you click on this checkbox, I agree. You click here, then you can go ahead and generate the OTP. The moment you press generate OTP, what will happen is you will get a CAPTCHA first. So you'll on the screen, you will see a CAPTCHA. You have to type the CAPTCHA. You have to click on submit button. Now you will input the OTP which you have received on your registered email ID or on your mobile number. It will be the same OTP. You can simply take it out from your from the message box in your mobile, and you can input the OTP over here and then click on validate OTP. Just in case you have not received, then apply, then press resend OTP. You'll receive it quickly. Otherwise, go ahead, validate OTP. Again, a CAPTCHA will appear on the screen. You fill the CAPTCHA and click on the button re-verify. The moment you click on this re-verify, the page will populate, and you have to scroll down, and you will see that your details are mentioned over here for the registration, and there is checkbox against each detail. So first name, if that's correct, you will simply click here. Last name, that's correct. In my case, I don't have a middle name, so it is displaying this. Full name, Amitin Kumar, it clicks here. Your date of birth, click here if it is right. Gender, click here if it is right. Email ID, if it is right, click here. Mobile number, right, click here. How did you hear about the program? I selected IIM B website, check here, and then we click on re-verify. This is how the registration process gets completed, the first step of the application form. Okay, and you'll get the message, registered successfully, your registration number is this. Please note it for future reference. You will also receive an email, by the way. So if you want, you can write, or you'll check the email ID, check your inbox, check your SMS as well. You must have received that by now. Close the window, and then you may choose to log out, come back later to start the application process, or you can go ahead. So how do you go ahead? You'll on the screen, you'll see this. Your application number, your first name, your full name, your date of birth, gender, email ID, confirmation of the email ID, mobile number, all this will be pre-filled. Your declaration will be pre-filled. Simply click on go to application. When you are continuing with the application, click on go to application. Okay? Click kar diya. What will happen? Now the real action begins. A lot of information will come pre-filled. So now you have to fill your personal details, communication details, qualification details, test center preference, and documents which are to be uploaded. Now, in the first page, which is about your personal detail, you will see a lot of information pre-filled. Application number is pre-filled, your name is pre-filled, middle name will be pre-filled in case it is applicable, your last name will be pre-filled, your full name will be pre-filled. Pre-filled also will be your date of birth, your age auto-calculated by the system, your gender, your mobile number, reconfirmation of the mobile number, emergency contact number, email ID, and reconfirmation of the email ID. You may give alternate mobile number here and WhatsApp again if you want to. That's not allowed. This is what you can fill over here. Okay. So this is first part of the personal detail. The next part is where you have to provide details about your parent, father's or guardian name, mother's or guardian name. From the drop down, you will select nationality. Only Indian will be visible over here. Select Indian. Now category will have general category, will have OBC, NC, will have EWS, SC, ST, all this will be visible. So SC, ST, and EWS within the category fold. From the drop down, select whichever is applicable to you. Now, what will happen depending on what you have selected? Let's say you select OBC non-creamy layer, or SC category, or ST category, or EWS category. They'll ask your certificate details over here. So I'll come back shortly to this. And then PWD question is here. Now, the moment you select general, nothing changes. In fact, this will not appear, this will not appear. This question will appear. And depending on your answer, further the application form will be populated. If you select yes, it will get populated further. This is for general category student. What about the NC-OBC, non-creamy layer OBC category. So the moment you select from the drop-down non-creamy layer OBC, you will have to provide details of the certificate, category, certificate issuing authority. Who is the authority who has issued the certificate? On which date the certificate was issued? And what is the serial number of the certificate? Now, let me help you understand one thing very clearly. Please understand, when it comes to non-creamy layer OBC and economically weaker section candidates, your certificate changes every year. Reissue happens every year because they are income based. So they are clearly mentioned, NC-OBC certificates must be issued on or after 1st April 2026. NC-OBC category certificate, this should have been issued after 1st April 2026, okay, which means this year. For EWS candidates, the certificate must be valid for the year 26-27, financial year 26-27. But those who have applied and they are awaiting their certificates, the fresh certificates, a valid NC-OBC or EWS certificate as on April 1st, 2026, they have not received it while you are registering for the application form, you can submit the application part of it actually, along with the older NC-OBC EWS certificate issued prior to 1st April 2026. 25 they have mentioned, but it should be 26, and a copy of the communication acknowledgement screenshot received from the issuing authority that you have submitted an application for the same. To combine both, create a PDF, that is something which you will be uploading. Okay, I hope you have understood. For those students who belong to the scheduled caste category or the scheduled tribe category, when you select from the drop down either of it, you will have to provide details, who is the issuing authority and what is the serial number of the certificate. Remember, you have to also upload the same, so they'll match it. Okay, this is there. EWS, I've already explained. So if you have, let me go ahead and explain here in Hindi for the benefit of everyone. OBC, NC, जो स्टूडेंट्स कैटेगरी से, जो स्टूडेंट्स बिलोंग करते हैं ओबीसी एनसी कैटेगरी से एंड ईडब्ल्यूएस कैटेगरी से जो बिलोंग करते हैं, योर सर्टिफिकेट शुड हैव बीन इशूड आफ्टर 1st April 2026. अगर आपके पास अभी तक सर्टिफिकेट नहीं आया है, आपने ऑलरेडी अप्लाई कर रखा है, तो उस केस में आप उस एप्लीकेशन का स्क्रीनशॉट, जो एक्नॉलेजमेंट है उसका स्क्रीनशॉट अटैच करेंगे along with the previous certificate. Okay, this is what they have communicated. So similarly, EWS category students will provide details, who has issued the certificate, on which date it was issued, and what is the serial number. Okay, so this is how it will depend. The form will alter depending on how you are applying, who is applying, which category of student is applying. Now, about the PWD candidates. So after all this action is done, below you will find this question: do you belong to persons with benchmark disabilities? If you select yes, and if it is applicable to you, then the question is the disability measurable? Yes or no. Do you require a wheelchair support? Yes or no. Do you want a scribe? Yes or no. And what is the type of disability that's given in the drop down? You'll select from there. You will have to also upload your certificate. Save and next is the best way to go ahead. So all that you have filled so far was about personal details. You'll click save and next and move on. Next part is communication detail, your address detail. Okay, two options here: current address and permanent address. Current address is where you are residing right now, at this point, where you are living, where you are residing right now. So you type your address. From the drop down you select your state, from the drop down you select your district, you type the pin code. Now your permanent address may be same as well. So in that case, select yes, effort बच जाएगा दोबारा टाइप करने का. ठीक है, अगर yes है तो दोबारा टाइप नहीं करना पड़ेगा, you won't be required to type again. But if your permanent address is different, let's say you have an ancestral village which is your permanent address, then you have to type that once again, click save, move to the next part of the application form. This part is easy. Next is your qualification detail. You have to provide details for class 10th, class 11th, and some basic information about your current class 12 if you have not passed it already. Okay, so the moment you see the qualification details page, the first is about 10th grade. Name of the board, you have to select from the drop down. Name of the board is to be selected from the drop down. Let's say somebody is from Assam Board of Secondary Education, you will select this. Somebody is from CBSE, you will select this. Cambridge Schooling, you will select this. Council for ISC, basically you will select this. Board institute name, this is where you will type your school college name, whichever is your school or PUC, the college, junior college, you will type the name over here. Okay, board institute name comes here. What was your percentage of marks in mathematics in class 10th? What marks did you secure in mathematics paper in class 10th? That you will type here up to 2 decimal places. Total marks obtained, including mathematics. You appeared with 5 subjects or you appeared with 6 subjects. There's no demarcation. 6 subjects means 600 marks here, and whatever you got inclusive of all 6 paper, the total will appear over here. In which month and year you completed your class 10. So most of you, it is going to be 2025. If you have already passed it, let's say you have passed your 12th in 2026, which means it would be 2024. But for 90% of you, this is going to be 2025, May 2025. Did you study mathematics as a subject in class 11th and 12th? Yes. Select करोगे तो आगे बढ़ोगे. No select करोगे तो form यहीं बंद हो जाएगा. It will say you are not eligible. So you will select yes over here, and you will move to the next part in the same page, which is about class 11th. Again, from the drop down, you will select the appropriate board of education, CBSC, ISC, whatever it is. Then board institute name, you have to type. What is board institute name? Your school, junior college name, whatever applicable to you, you type here. What is your percentage of marks obtained in mathematics in class 11th? यहाँ पर वो टाइप करना है. अगर CGPA में है तो उसको परसेंटेज में कन्वर्ट करोगे. Total marks obtained in class 11th, aggregate of all subjects. So what was the maximum marks for your class 11th? In which year? This is going to be 2026. But this will not be May. This should be around February, March. Overall percentage obtained and CGPA obtained, you will type here. Similarly, you have to provide details of your class 12. Those who have passed, they'll provide details for marks. Those who are yet to appear for the board exams, which means you will be appearing in February, March, you have to provide only 3 details. What are those details? Name of the board from the drop down, school name, year and month of completion. Select from the calendar 052027. Most of the results come out here. If it comes early, select April or March, whatever the case may be. This is not mandatory. This is mandatory only for those students, percentage of marks obtained in mathematics, total marks, maximum marks, all, only those who have passed. So only 3 fields are mandatory in class 12. Name of the education board, your school name, and your month and year of completion, which should be 5/2027. Okay. So this is about your education details, class 10th, 11th, 12 details. Next part is test center. From the drop down, you will select 3 choices. Choice number 1, the city, if available, in which you are residing should be the first preference. Next, the nearest one, the third nearest one. Otherwise, the most nearest city, which is in the list from your city of residence, should be picked up here, then followed by this, second and third. Save and next. This is easy. Okay. They will try their best to give you a nearby city, but that will depend on the applications and who applies at what point of time. Last part is documents upload. What is applicable for everyone, every category of student? You have to upload the scanned copy of the recent passport size photo here, your scanned signature copy, your class 10th mark sheet, your class 11th mark sheet, your 12th mark sheet. This is applicable for every category of student, including general category student. But those who belong to reserve category and PWD category, they will also have to submit this certificate here. Upload your caste certificate. Similarly, PWD, that will be visible here. Those students belonging to those categories will also upload their certificates over here. Please remember that, okay? And then on the very same page, as you scroll down, you will see payment details. What is the registration fee applicable to you? Your name and fee will be appearing. Then 2 check boxes to be clicked. I understand that all disputes will be subject to territorial jurisdiction of City of Bangalore. Tomorrow, if you dispute anything, you'll have to go to Bangalore. वहाँ के कोर्ट में केस कर सकते हो. I declare that information provided in this application is true, complete, accurate to the best of my knowledge, and there's no misrepresentation kind of. So check boxes to be clicked, CAPTCHA to be filled, and then you click on preview button. Your form preview will open up, and if you have satisfied every aspect of the application form, what you'll do is you'll simply go ahead, make the payment, and submit your form. That's how it is. Okay. Board issued name is actually school name. Yes, that's a question which was there. So that's how you are going to fill the application form for IIM Bangalore UG admission test 2027. The form is already live. Okay. So let me pick up the questions quickly. Class 11th mark sheet is currently available, not given by school. It is required. It's mandatory. Put a request to your school to provide you provisional mark sheet. That is something which is mandatory. Don't forget that. Abhi time hai tumhare paas. Please go ahead, speak to your school tomorrow itself when you reach your school and ask them that I'm applying for it. I need it right now. If not this one, provide me with the provisional one. You have 2 months of time. 15th October, 5 p.m. the form will close. You have time. Ask them. Don't worry. Whether mobile email needs to be child or parent, preferably parent. Child mobile number can be used, but anyways, there are 2 mobile numbers to be provided, one for emergency contact as well. So both will be required. That's not something which you should be worried about. I recommend parents' mobile number to use as a primary number. मैथ में कितने मार्क होने चाहिए क्लास 12th में? क्लास 12th के मैथ्स के लिए कोई मार्क्स का मतलब नहीं है, पास होना चाहिए. 10th में 60% या उससे ज्यादा होना चाहिए. अगर 58-59% 10th में है तो आप इनएलिजिबल हो जाते हो. 12th के लिए कोई सेट नहीं किया उन्होंने कि इतने नंबर्स चाहिए, पास होना जरूरी है. I had 6 subjects in class 10. Should I score? Yes. Wherever, remember this rule, wherever there is no clarity given, it should always be aggregate of all subjects. So in your case, 6. Board issued name is school name. For class 10, should we put marks out of 500? I think now the answer is clear. Do we need to take LORs or SOPs right now? Not required. अभी application form भरना है. 15 नवंबर को एग्जाम लिखोगे, 15 दिसंबर को रिजल्ट आएगा. अगर शॉर्टलिस्ट हुए तो फिर ये सब काम करना है. अभी रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है. In the application process, that is not required. First thing is to clear the exam to be shortlisted for the next stage. Okay. Class 12 certificate will not be available for appearing students. They are not even asking for it. They are not even asking for it. Don't worry. Okay. What is the last date to fill the form? 15th of October by 5 p.m. What is the weightage of the 11th grade marks? There is no weightage of 11th grade marks. Your selection will be based on your performance in exam and interview. Class 11th marks important for admission. They are asking for it. That is not important, but they are asking for it. You have to provide. Can we fill the form now? Yes. Please go ahead and fill the application form. Now that you have understood, go ahead and do that. What is the minimum percentage required in class 11? There is no minimum percentage required in class 11. There is no minimum percentage otherwise. Maths is where you need a minimum percentage. Is it mandatory to include in 5 subjects of class 10? 5, 6, whatever it is, whatever your board norm is, that you should be following. Is this the single form for UG Economics, Data Analytics, BBA? No, this is not for DBE. This is for 2 programs. Undergraduate programs, full-time residential programs at IIM Bangalore. The first one is BSc Honours Economics with Data Science as minor, and BSc Honours Data Science with Economics as minor. This is only for these 2 programs. BBA is a different program. That application forms will come out next year. That is, the program name is BBA DB, Digital Business and Entrepreneurship. In 11th, I missed 1 exam due to illness. What do I fill in the form for those? You can't do anything out there. You have to submit whatever mark sheet you have got for 11. So whatever you have got it, you have to submit that. The document upload section says we need to scan using scanner. Yes, I mentioned for some reason they have given this instruction. I don't see an issue if you do it from a mobile. Probably they have mentioned because scanner, the quality, the output quality will be far better as compared to mobile. That's what they are hoping for. These days, mobiles are far better than scanner. Yeah. Don't need to worry. I don't think that is something which is problematic. Last date, again, 15th of October up to 5 p.m. Do we have to give 3 choices for exam centers? Yes, it is mandatory and all 3 has to be different. By the way, all 3 has to be different. You cannot select the same for all 3. In the end, you have mentioned, can you please repeat what to get from school? Somebody mentioned in the comment box that I haven't received my class 11th mark sheet. That to that student, I mentioned that get it now from your school. अगर वो फुल नहीं, अगर वो रियल वाला नहीं देना तो उनको बोलो प्रोविजनल इशू करेंगे. Is there a place to select major minor? No, you don't have to worry about all this right now. That will come all at a later stage. पहले एग्जाम लिखो, बाद में प्रेफरेंस. जब शॉर्टलिस्ट हो गए इंटरव्यू के लिए तब फर्स्ट सेकंड ऑप्शन प्रेफरेंस ऑप्शन देना पड़ेगा. ओके, दैट्स हाउ इट इज. Are they asking for provisional mark sheet of 12th? No, they are not asking for provisional mark sheet of 12th. They are not asking any details other than name of the board, name of the school, and the month and year of passing, which I already mentioned, as far as class 12th is concerned. Okay. My 10th grade pass out should be mentioned as March or May 2025. CBSE, it should be May. CBSE, it should be May. Check your mark sheet. ना उस साल तो यार May में ही result आया था. 11th mark sheet required as a proof that you have maths in 11th. They have not, that is what they are looking forward to actually. 11th mark sheet is not required for selection. It is just a proof that you have mathematics in class 11th. Test will be only aptitude questions. Yes, mathematics having 30 questions, LR having 15 questions, VRC having 15 questions. What they have done is they have increased the time limit by 15 minutes, but how the section time distribution will happen, they have not mentioned it yet. Mock test will be released later, somewhere around maybe October. They'll release a mock test as well. So till last year, the paper was about 120 minutes. This time it is 135 minutes. Okay. Can we apply for Eco and Data Science both? Right now, it is a common application form. Later, you will be, if you are if you are shortlisted for the interview, you'll give your preference. Which one comes first, which one comes second. Okay. There's no minimum percentage required except 60% in class 10th in mathematics. Okay. I am from ICSC and had English language and literature, so are 2 subjects or 1 subjects. If you have given 2 papers, that will be counted as 2 papers. You don't have to go that detailing. What is given on your mark sheet, that you have to give here actually. Okay, any different question? iPad scanner apps for scanning. They have recommended scanner. Basically, what they mean is the scanning machine, not the iPad or apps. They have mentioned to avoid apps actually. Okay, the instruction is clearly given over there. 5 paper, 6 paper. I've already mentioned that. Cutoff for class 10th mathematics is 60%. That's the minimum required. There's no cutoff for class 12th. The pass is required. Okay, okay. So that's how it is. If your board considers both the paper as single one, you will consider it as single. If your board paper consider history and geography as 2 different papers, you will consider it as 2 different papers. Okay, follow your board norm. Okay, class 11th mark sheet is required. Yes, it is required. 11th pass करके 12th में आओ ना, 12th आए हो तभी तो eligible हो exam के लिए. Okay, so that's all. That's how you fill the application form. So just do it at your own pace. You have time. 2 महीने का time है. 15th October तक last date है. So don't make any mistakes. 3,000 rupees का form है. Easy नहीं है. पैसा लगता है. Don't make any mistakes. ठीक है? चलो. All the best and now start preparing for the exam. This year exam is on November 15th itself, not in December. ठीक है? चलो. All the best.